Good morning, chat, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're here for race 18 of 23 here at the Formula 1 Grand Prix on the PS5, and we are at Qatar this race weekend. So a quick recap on last time around. We was at the Japanese Grand Prix. Practice sessions was reasonably okay. It wasn't brilliant. We had a very good qualifier. Unfortunately, due to a change of part, we had a 10th-place penalty, which ended up dropping us to 9th place going into the race after qualifying in pole position, dropping down to 9th. Due to the penalty. Didn't get off with a good start. We was not expecting the weather to affect us the way it did as well. We avoided our pit crew or team advice to pit in early. We had a damaged wing, slowed us down too much. And then when we did go in the pit, I think it was too late, and we were just not racing anybody. We fell a lap behind on about 5 vehicles due to the blue flag as well. But good thing was Lando Norris got on the podium in 3rd place. He made a bad decision towards the end of the race. He went and pitted just before the rain started coming down instead of waiting it out a bit longer, and then he had to pit again to put the intermediates on, which cost him the positions he was in. Other than that, if he would have waited and pitted, he would have won the race. So that's the recap on the last performance we did. So on the standings, we are currently staying in 5th place, but we are falling behind on points. We was hoping to be in 4th by now above Charles Leclerc. Unfortunately, we've had a bad run of form. Lando Norris, though, catching up with the grid, getting some big points in the last couple of races. On the construction side of things, we are looking okay for a 4th place. It's going to be very difficult to get above Ferrari, but so far things are looking good. We'll show you the season results here. So as you can see, you know, we had a fairly okay start with points in the first 2 races. Then we had a bad run of form. We had DNF and a 19th. we've managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins this season, but a lot of DNFs in there, a lot of low places as well. So hopefully we can get in the top 10 here today. Equator. Lando Norris has been quite consistent throughout the whole season, rating around about 6th place all the way through. A big podium for him last weekend. So, moving on. So let's have a look at the vehicle. So our gearbox is going to need replacing. Now we don't want another penalty, so I'm not going to purchase a new one just yet. We're going to have to eventually, possibly, we've got 5 races to go. So I'm looking at pushing this out until practice 2, and then going back over to part 1 for race day, and hopefully it'll be strong enough to put the race out. It's either that, otherwise we have to take the penalty now, and I'd rather not. Let me just have a look at what the races are that we have left to do. So USA would be Mexico, Brazil, Vegas. I'm trying to think which circuit is going to be the most difficult one, which I don't mind losing points on. I'll probably say if I can push it out to Mexico. I know USA is can be tricky if it's the one I believe it is. It used to be like a bit similar to the old French circuit. It's wide, but there's that many colours around the circuit. It's very off-putting, especially around a certain left-hand bend. Do I just take the penalty now and that's it for the rest of the season? That's another good thing to look at. I mean, I'm not going to need to purchase any other parts. That one part will do me to the end of the season. Yeah, I don't think I need to purchase. Right, let's buy the part. And do I take a penalty one? Yes, I will take a penalty if I do it now. Right, we're going to take the penalty. So we know now that we need to finish pole to finish in the top 10, which will be around about 10th, 9th. Okay, so no hot lap this weekend, so we can go straight to the race weekend. So let's go to the workstation. Okay, this is, oh no, we've got a sprint here. So good, possibly a good job we did change the gearbox here. So we're going to have a practice 1, which is going to be in the sunshine. Then we're going to have the qualifier. Now the qualifier is where I'm going to get the place reduction for the new part. Practice 2, then the sprint. Now the good thing about this is because there's a sprint, that will probably take the place reduction from me there at the sprint, and then hopefully we can get it further up the grid in those 10 laps, ready for race day, which is going to be a 29 lap race. So that is the race weekend, and good parts completed again. So let's go to P1. Now we need to do 2 sessions here in P1 to find that out because of the sprint. So, what do we have available for us? Hey, no commentary there, normally there is. But there was an update yesterday, so it may have caused a few bugs.
I've had a chat with the R&D team about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so go and give them a try.
Okay, so we've got a race strategy, fuel management, and qualifying pace. So because we got the qualifying next, I'm going to do the fuel management, then the qualifying pace. And then the race strategy we'll do in P2. I don't believe the parts are fitted yet. No. Okay. We'll leave the unbalanced 3 for now. Okay. So, fuel management. Activate the DRS in all zones in practice. Drive a clean sector and stay within 2 meters of the racing line for the entire lap. So we're not going to worry too much about the racing line, but everything else we want to pass on. Okay, so let's get out there and get ourselves familiar with the circuit.
In this programme, we want you to focus on your fuel saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save as much as you can whilst keeping under the minimum lap time.
Right there. Now on that corner. Okay, we're slow. 3 seconds slow. Come on, go there. by that exit there. Well, it was a little better, but it's still slow. Not good. Making too much on that corner. That's probably the fastest lap, but it's still slow. We have to rerun the program.
Okay, we haven't hit our program targets. Come in and take a look at the data, and if we have time, we'll rerun the program.
Put too much there again. I do need to figure out where to pit lane. Where are we? We're here. Is the pit lane? Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird pit lane there. Okay, so to say that we was quite far behind on the time, we still managed to do a lap faster than Norwich somehow. I think Leclerc just did one faster than me. But I know one corner where we're losing time. But other than that, I'm not too sure. Wasn't great. So we're gonna have to rerun this session. Let's go straight back out and try again. See this corner here, that's where I lose time. we go. It's slow again, but it is a bit quicker. Well, that's quicker, but it's still slow. Wow. Oh, shocking. Should have gone down another gear. Well, we're not doing this one. Should have put it in, I don't know why I didn't. So, a failed session again.
Okay, that's the test over, but I'm afraid we didn't get what we needed. We're going to have to run it again.
I mean, we had the second fastest time, but we're still, I would, I guess, about 800 of a second, maybe 900 of a second. Too slow. this target time. Oh. That was lucky. Okay, so we've tried this twice and failed twice. And we're only failing because of the actual required lap time. Which is quite strange, to be fair, to say that we have the second fastest lap time on the track at the minute, and it's still too slow for the target time. Okay, so tell me what the target time is. Really. I mean, my time was a 1:28.720, 1:28. So a 1:28.047 is not quick enough. So I'm assuming we need to do that around a 1:27.2. I guess, based on what I can remember with the lap time. So we are going to go over to the qualifying pace now, as we have the qualifying lap next. So let's see if we can get anywhere near the required time for this.
Okay, this is a quali sim. We've estimated the times our closest rivals will be doing, so that's what we need to beat.
There he goes. And that's a good lap. We made the target time.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
And that's the fastest lap of the session as well. The slow tyre, the soft tyre, the slow tyre. Wait a little bit later. And safely in the pit we go with a very good session. Lap time 1:26.585. So that's nearly 2 seconds faster just on a tyre change. Now if we put that lap in with the medium tyres, I think we would have done the fuel management, because that was a very good lap. Saying that, I might be able to do the fuel management. If I just go to, change that. I will give this one run, and then we'll set for qualifier. This will help with the 2 hairpins. Now the soft tyres, you get around here a lot quicker. Is this going to be any quicker? So far, it's looking good. That's the first hairpin. This is the one we normally struggled on. We did roll there, a little slow, brake a bit early. We smashed it this time. Beautiful.
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
I'm going to pin, I'm going to check that lap time because I looked at it down the straight. And I'm pretty sure that was a 128 something. Which means it would have been around about the same time, if not slower, than what I did on the other setup. And if that's the case, then that means that based on your car setup, changes the recommended time required. And safely in the pit we go. So, you want to check the time on that run. I'm not convinced it was any faster than any of the 6 laps we did on this previously with the faster setup. It was a good drive with the extra downforce, it really was. So, let's have a look. 128.673. And this was the car setup of preset 2, the increased downforce. Now, when I did the balanced preset 3, I did a lap time of 128.04 something. So I was nearly 600th of a second faster, but failed. But I was 600th of a second slower here and succeeded. So changing the car setup affects the requested time needed, which I would have thought the time would have stayed the same regardless of the setup. But clearly not. So all these can be done a lot easier. Wow, I actually stood in the racing line as well. Wow. Very surprised. So the race strategy we'll do at P3, as we'll accelerate time now, ready for qualifier. Now with the qualifier I want to make sure we are using this setup for the faster time. I mean, with this circuit it's possible I could go here. I think on the P3 I will test that out and see if I do need that bit of downforce. But it seems very good at the minute. So let's accelerate time here. We're second fastest of the clear on the medium tyre. Lewis Hamilton did a good lap on the hards. Now it's currently just under 2 seconds behind in 7th place. But on the medium tyres, that's not too bad. Carlos Sainz putting in a fast time. We still need to faster than that though. Under a second, but it's not fast enough. Very good practice session there.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top 3. Martin, Sainz and Charles Leclerc. And that's it, practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
Okay, qualifier. Now we know we're going to get a place reduction. Not brought it up yet. Okay. Over to the session here. Let's check the car setup on preset 3. Okay. It's good. Let's get out there and put a lap in. So top 15 is what we're looking at here, Q1. There we go. Sitting on it. Did well with it though. It's looking like a good time. $125.5. That should be an easy top 15. Currently pole.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
So Norris currently in second. So we both should be hitting the top 15. So we'll go into Q2. We'll have a look at what Norris's time difference is. Okay, so we did a 125.543. Lando Norris doing a 126.967. So we're definitely fine. We have the fastest in all three sectors as well. Lando Norris, I think he's done enough for the top 15. He should be in the top 10 at the end of the Q1. Let's accelerate through time and go to Q2. So we're looking like we could have a very good race today. We might get on the podium if we can carry on doing what we're doing. Not doing much wrong. Norris dropped down a bit there towards the end, but he did enough to make Q2. We dropped down to 4th with a 126.967. We was the only one to do it under 126. So a very good session. If we can do that again, in for good results. I'm just concerned of when we start the race, how far back we're going to start because of the penalty. So let's just jump straight back out on the track again. We know that we need anything around 125 to 126. Anything after 126.5 we may need to run again. Yeah. It's good so far. In 125 again, so that's going to be a pole again on Q2. Hi there, Kailana. How are you? I believe I pronounced your name right. I do apologize if I didn't.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
And in the pit we go. So, no sign of Lando Norris in the top 5 at the minute. He may not have been out yet. So let's have a look at the times so far. We did a 1:25 something. That definitely looking for. Well, Lando Norris has been out. It's currently in 6th with a 1:26.7. Good morning, Umberto and Gavin. How are you? So we are looking good for pole at the minute. So we're going to accelerate time here, see how things turn out. Norris needs to stay in the top 10 to go to Q3. He may drop out. At least 2 drivers that might go above him. Okay, he looks safe. It was very close for him at the end. He managed to stay 8th. I thought Verstappen would have gone above him actually, but he made it. So on to Q3. I'm not too bad, thanks, Gavin. So on to Q3. So hopefully we can do another good solid lap of a 1:25 again, to give us a good starting place for the sprint. So let's jump straight out. And we've not had any really bad laps on this circuit, to be fair, up to now. Okay, here we go. Okay, 124. That should give us pole. Hi there, display name. Welcome back to the channel. How are you? And I've been good, thank you very much. We're having a good session today so far. Going to be an interesting race, that's for sure.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
And once I pit in, I'll give you guys a quick breakdown of what we've done so far today. For those of you who've just joined the channel. And there is an interesting fact as well about the game, which I come to realise today as well. Thank you both. It was a very good lap as well. My fastest lap of all the sessions, of every lap I've done so far. The rundown today is 3 practice with practice session 1, qualifier sprint, and then P3 race. So that's the weekend setup. Now in P1 we put in some good laps, but we was using the default car setup, and we was failing to make the predicted lap time for the session we were doing. And we got a lap time, I believe it was 1.28047, something very close to that anyway. Then I ran it again and we still failed it. I then changed the car setup, slowing the speed but increasing the downforce. So we went to preset 2. We did a 128.6 something. So we were 600 of a second slower, but still managed to reach the target time required. So whenever you're doing these little events in a practice session, I would recommend using more D-force than speed, because it will reduce the time required for the lap. So the lap time required is a lot slower. So I can't show you because it's in the qualifier. When you come to P3, I'll show you on P3 exactly what it is I was referring to. So let's have a look at some lap times. Quite a few did a 1:25 this time around. So we are, I would say we'll start in pole, but we're not going to. The reason being, at the start of when we loaded up, I had to purchase a new gearbox, so we will get a place penalty for the gearbox. So it will be around about 9th place where we're going to start, and I'm hoping that's going to affect the sprint rather than the actual race. Because if it affects the sprint's going to be 10 laps.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Martin, Sainz and Charles Leclerc. With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
So, Lando Norris coming in at 6th. Both Red Bulls, which is quite surprising because Perez has had a good season. So I was expecting him to be further up there. But Ferrari 2 and 3, Mercedes 4 and 5. But hi there, Cesar. How are you? Welcome to the channel. Okay, so 3 races remaining on the rivalry, so it'll be 2 after this race. Hopefully we can close that gap on him after today's race. That says P2 on there, but it's not. It's going to be a sprint. And it's going to be, oh no, P2 then sprint. Then race. So we've only got one thing we need to do in P2, and that's the race strategy. But I can show you now what it is I was on about. with the lap time reducing. So I was doing at the time fuel management. I originally did it with I'm not going to show you the car setup either. That's not good because I wanted to use a faster setup. What AI do you play on? At the minute, these AIs are at level 50. And they are competitive. Especially, it's hard to overtake because they don't always stick to racing lines and will cut you off. So I've had it a few times where I've been forced off the track and stuff, and they are competitive. So I believe it'll be around about medium. So, seeing that we can't change our car setup, we're just going to jump out for the race strategy. In fact, what I'll do, because as I was new to this channel, I'll quickly show him these things. I know it's in my bio, or in the description on the channel, but it's not going to show me my difficulty level on here, unfortunately. But if you read the description, then all the information is on the description on the video of all the settings I'm currently using and the AI difficulty, as well as the steering wheel setup I've got as well. Okay, so let's go out. But don't want to just jump out on the track. Select the race strategy. After on PS5, putting it on 105 in the race. That's impressive. Very impressive.
Okay, give us some good, consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into a race strategy.
What assist settings do you use, if any? With an AI level of 105 is very impressive indeed. I mean, last year's Formula 1 I did a lot of online racing with the event, so I did use a lot of 100 on the settings just to get the extra points. But I've not done any really online racing this season as yet. But I was going to bring this up later on, but I'm going to explain it now. I have been selected to play in the UK Deaf Esports team. The draw was done the other day. I posted it in my Discord as well, and I've been drawn to be driving a Williams. With the sunlight got my eyes a bit. But this is the first time I've ever raced for esports or anything at a competitive level, so I'm very excited about it, but at the same time I know I'm not a professional experienced driver, so I'm not expected to do well. My main focus will possibly be clean races. That lap time was off. I'm not sure how far off it was. I have seen your messages. I'll check them as soon as I can. It's a bit hard to look at multiple screens while racing, as I have a lazy eye, so my vision is not always brilliant. No assist, but you're using a controller. Okay. Controller's good, but at the same time it's not. The reason why I say that is with the controller, it's very difficult to control pace and control the steering because it seems to lock over a lot rather than just, you know, 20% steer wise. The only thing I find easy on controllers if you're doing drifting and stuff like that, yeah, controllers can. Oh, come on. This is why I wanted to try and change the car itself. This is not ideal. Wait, this is, we might have to run this program again. I don't like the sun glaring on the screen on that corner. Very disturbing. Uh, 900 of a second slow, okay. A much faster lap, but it's still slow. Wow, 200 of a second. Cornered a bit slow. We got it. It's gonna be close.
Well, program over, but that wasn't much help to us, I'm afraid. We need to run it again.
Wow, we managed to do it once. We're gonna have to pit in and run it again, and I'll check all your messages once I get in the pit before we go out again. Okay, in the pit we go. So what we got in the chat? Gotta go by. Okay, well thank you for joining anyway, Caesar. It's been nice chatting to you. Hope you visit again. And yeah, I'm not gonna put myself down, yeah, but definitely not. You know, I'm excited. So I've just got a lot of work to put in prior to it. So my plan is to start a new career mode, jump straight into the F1s, get in the Williams, and adjust all the settings so they're fixed to their recommended settings, and just constantly practice it. The only thing I might do is possibly change the camera angle slightly, which would help with braking points, because I'll be able to see a little bit further ahead. Other than that, you know, everything else shouldn't be too much problem, because the hardest thing is there's going to be no driving line, so my braking point is going to have to be judged on events within the game that I see, markings, speed markers, stuff like that, lines on the track, anything that can signal a specific braking point for me to actually get around good cornering. But like I say, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I've got till October for the first race, so plenty of time for me to get the practice in for that. I really so want to change that. I know if I could change that to preset 2, this recommended time would be so much different. I'm going to run it again. We know that we managed to get 1 good lap in there, so hopefully if I can get 2, we should pass. I'm hoping to do more than 2 good laps. Put 2 back-to-back laps won't be bad. The early shift, that's not going to help. It's going to be a slow start. Yeah, that's bad. we're not doing it this lap. Right. Got a little bit of a wheel lock up there. Bit wide. It's not looking like a good lap either. Didn't realise there was an 8 gear, no wonder I'm around that. In the wrong gear for the fast corners. That didn't help with that lap time. This is better for the start. Bit of a lock a bit. And go. Be wide again. Gonna be short. About 2 laps to do this. Much better on that corner. It's still slow. This is a good lap. Okay, one more lap like that and we're good. That's a slow corner, very slow. I think we're doing this now. We need a very good cornering to do it now. Oh, Bottas, what are you doing? I definitely can't do it now with a Bottas taking me out there. I was disappointing there.
We didn't really get the data we needed on that run. You might want to give it another go.
I know that's because Bottas took me off the track. Well, wouldn't let me back on the track and put me back off it again. So in the pit we go, and 2 failed sessions. And that time's shocking there as well. 129 is my best. We should be hitting a 128 at least. I know on medium tyres and we struggle with medium tyres, but so it doesn't look like we're going to be doing this event here. Only I could change that class out. Yeah, everything looks fine. You have another one of them anyway, so that'd be fine. We should be around about 4/5. Fortunately, we're not. Oh no, Nice ain't doing very good either. 130. Okay. Seeing that I can't change the car style, we're just gonna accelerate time and end this. We've done 10 laps here. Lap times. Yeah, I think it's different now. 11 fastest. Now it's 16. Still dropping down a bit further. But the real question is now, going into the sprint, can I change the car itself is one. Secondly, do we have the penalty? Because nothing's been said about it as of yet. So that concludes the whole of practice sessions, qualifier,
And with
and
the cars
everything.
now over the line, let's see our top 3 again. Sainz, Perez, and Max Verstappen. And if today's practice is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula One.
Uh-uh.
Okay, mate, so unfortunately we've picked up some grid penalties and we are going to start tomorrow's race further back than we expected. I don't know how bad it's going to get yet, because that's going to depend on everyone else. All we can do is control our own performance, and I know you're good at that.
So there we have it. We are going to have the penalty on the sprint. So chat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a quick break now, stretch my legs, and then we'll get ready for the sprint and then the race straight after. So we're going to be looking at 39 laps overall. So I'll be possibly no more than 5 minutes, so don't go anywhere and we'll be right back. And chat, we are back. So, had a good stretch, ready for a 10-lap sprint and a 29-lap race. So, let's have a look at the message here. Worry about just the weather. Weather's fine. What's one button? Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look how far back on the grid we're going to drop for the sprint. So last time we ended up 9th when we had the penalty for purchasing the new parts. So we'll see how far back we go this time. This is the longest part of the game, just waiting. It's always at the same point as well, that it takes a while to load. Here we go.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend.
Bear in mind, we need top 8 to get any points in a sprint. For those that you are not familiar with how this is done. Bonus points for driver and constructor, but only for the top 8
Let's run you through
drivers.
the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Martin lines up on pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton, Norris, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Perez, Gasly, Ocon, Stroll, Magnussen, Bottas, Joe, Hulkenberg, Albon, Sonoda, Sargent, and Nick de Vries. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And I'm delighted, as always, to introduce Anthony Davidson, who'll be taking you through all the action alongside me today. Let's talk about Martin.
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? Besides that, of course, any kind of turn 1 incident could completely turn the race on its head. Let's keep our fingers crossed everyone can get through in one piece.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Okay, so I am actually very surprised that we are actually starting in pole position. So I expected the penalty to be awarded and drop back places, but we didn't drop any places. So now I did seem to race better in the softs than I did the medium, so I'm definitely going to stay with the softer compound. I expect a lot of drivers around me to use the same setup as well. Have to use preset 3, not ideal. Preset 2 would have been better, but we know that the car handles well with preset 3. I wanted to test preset 4 in P2, but unfortunately wasn't allowed to. So 10 laps of fuel, so we got 11.2. We're dropping that down to 11.1. That'll make it a little bit lighter by 0.1 kilogram. Tempting to bang on 11 laps. Yeah, we'll go 18.2 kilograms, so bang on 11 laps. Okay. I did put that in the right one, didn't I? Oh, yeah, that's fine, everything's fine. Alright, so here we go. 10 lap sprint. That's a good start off the grid. Nearly lost my foot in there. We'll lock up in it. Not good. Come on. Yeah, very good first lap. Okay, we're putting 2 solid laps there. That's the fastest lap. 127.
That was the
slow on the
fastest lap
third.
of the race. Keep this up.
Well
Well done.
done.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.8 seconds.
Wow, that far ahead already. the racing line there. Managed to keep it together though. We can't get around the track as fast as we was. Bit of a lock up there and braked a little late. It's a good lap.
And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
The yellow flag on sector 3 somewhere.
Okay, the incident's been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. Come on.
I don't know what the incident was. Carlos Sainz out of the race. Well, that is very good for me. Then that Carlos Sainz is above me on the championship. Him not getting any points here, he's going to be starting from the back of the grid on race day as well. So he may not get any points the whole weekend. With Norris in 5th at the minute, he's in the point section for this sprint as well. Top 8 get points in the sprint. So we're looking good so far. I am not doing much wrong on this circuit. I'm doing really well.
turbocharger's on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum.
That's not going to be good for race day. I don't know if it'll allow me to change it before race day.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good.
And now Albion is out the race as well, but he's not really affecting anything we're doing right now, so I'm not too concerned about that one. Norris is also above him as well.
Yellow flag.
Where? Albion's here.
Final lap, final lap. Push, push.
Here we go. Final lap of the sprint. And we got a nice comfortable 6-second lead. So we don't have to push right there, saying we can just gently go
Green
round.
flag. Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
And there we have it, a win on the sprint. Beautifully done.
I am so sore.
Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium down here, so well done. Yes.
It's been a while since we've had some decent points. And we finally got some here on a sprint. That was a good solid 10 laps there. So now we've got to do that again. finish time for 29 laps, I think I said it was.
Let's have a look then at the driver's standings. That's a positive result for George Russell, who further solidifies his position at the top of the standings. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye.
So a big 8 points there for me, 4 points for Norris. That's 12 points altogether. So 6 for Russell, 5 for Hamilton, so that's 11 for them. Ferrari only getting a 7 with Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz out the race. Red Bull 7 and 8, only 3 points for them. Aston Martin getting their 3 points as well. So a very good sprint session there. Let's just have a quick look at the race direction here for incidents. So a mechanical failure on lap 6 and also a mechanical failure on lap 9 for Carlos Sainz and Alexander Albon. So no collisions mentioned. No one took a pit, so don't worry about that. And GDNS, no real shocks there really. That Stroll might be about the biggest shock there, being all the way up there. So, a good session. Now, the real question is, can we do it again and do it for 29 laps?
Okay, mate, so unfortunately we've picked up some grid penalties and we are going to start tomorrow's race further back than we expected. I don't know how bad it's going to get yet, because that's going to depend on everyone else. All we can do is control our own performance, and I know you're good at that.
You said that before the sprint, and I was still in pole position. So I'm assuming it didn't calculate for the sprint, so we may have a much more trickier race than expected if this penalty goes forth. Okay, it doesn't look that bad actually, so it should be fine with it. Okay. Alright, here we go then, chap. 29 laps. Are we going to get big points on the board? Are we going to drop down to 9th, 10th? That is the question that we need answers to right now, is where we're going to start on the grid and how is it going to affect us in the race. We go.
Welcome to Qatar, and hello from the desert rain. Well, there's not been much rainfall, but it's concentrated right here and just in time for the Qatar Grand Prix.
They pronounce Qatar instead of Equator.
So we're back here in Losail, and this is the track map. 3.34 miles, 16 turns, and just one DRS zone out of turn 16. It's already a fast and flowing track after all. There's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS, though, through the long straight and into turn 1. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Fernando Alonso, Martin, Verstappen,
Fifth.
Perez, Stroll, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Hamilton, Joe, Gasly, Sargent, De Vries, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Albon, and Carlos Sainz will start from the back of the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. I'm joined again today by none other than Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, obviously there's a lot of development work that goes on with these cars between the Grand Prix. You've been both a test driver and a race driver. What differences are there in the way that you approach those roles?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. They're two very different mindsets. In the old days, of course, they used to cover up to 15,000 kilometres of testing in a season, and that role would be more about working for the team, trying to help them improve the car and drive as systematically as possible, so that the data could be analysed in the most consistent way. When lining up on the grid for a race, however, a race driver's frame of mind is all about what they can get out of the situation on that day, and the car is the tool to help them achieve those goals.
Okay, so a lot of penalties have been given there, so we didn't fall back too bad. So we went from 1st to 5th with our penalty, and Norris starting in 3rd. So that's a very good start. What is this? What is this? This is not. Definitely not doing no 2-stop. Hoping for a softer compound. Let me just edit this one. I want to try and start on the softs. Go on to the hards. I know that I can do 10 laps on the softs. How long can these hards go? Okay, that is remove that. That's a possible idea. Let me 425, 41, 19 is a bit slower. I'm thinking within those 11 laps I can get a good lead to make the pit stop a bit easier. But I think that's going to be more consistent. Well, we're going to drop the fuel to oh, excuse me, I'm going to go for 30 laps of fuel. So I made the car a little bit lighter, giving it a bit more pace out of the car. Question is, which way we're going to go? We're going to have to go with a faster time, to be fair. But wait, what if I change this to a medium tire? But what I want to have a look at is this is something I want. Start off with the mediums, finishing on softs. Yeah, it's still going to be quite slow. Right, okay, so it's going to be the medium and the hard strategy here. I try to avoid the hard compound, seeing that we've not really raced on it, so we don't know how it's going to affect. Oh dear. If that was about the same time, it wouldn't have been too bad. Fortunately, it's not. Okay, that's the strategy we're going with. 14 laps on the mediums, 15 on the hard, and hope for the best. We've reduced the fuel from 31.5 to 30 laps, so it's going to be a bit lighter. Car setup, continue to one setup. Okay. Good idea. Anyways, here we go. 29 laps. What a start. What a great start off the grid that was. Lock up again. Wasn't good. That was a good start though. Off the grid, a very good start.
Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
The battle here is intense. Oh, we get the DRS. And we stay past him this time. So from 5th to 1st without a single collision, nudge or anything. It turned out to be a good session. Just a matter now, can we break away from him? We didn't have DRS, but I think he might be a little bit far behind. Okay, we're breaking away. It's going to be good for when we pit.
Gap to your teammate behind is 4.6 seconds.
4.5 seconds in front of Norris, who's currently in 4th place, which is good. Even though that he started in 3rd, he's only dropped 1 place. We've gained 4 places. We started in 5th and now in 4th. So taking that penalty was definitely worth it for now.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
My grip level feels fine at the minute.
Okay, mate, we might need to look at a new race strategy after that. I've got some options for you, so go and check your MFD.
What are you talking about?
Copy.
Being as it is. Definitely not messing me up with your change of strategies. One of the worst things about this game is when they prompt that, if you don't decline it, they will automatically change it. And I think it should be the other way around. If you don't accept it, it should stay. I don't always have the time to check what it is that they want to change to. And I've had it before where the strategy change has cost me a lot. I don't know what was going on there, that was a slow bend. I thought I was on a different part of the track there. But yeah, it's cost me quite a bit of time. I noticed that they cleared on a softer compound as well. Wide there. Okay. We're starting to lose grip now. Definitely feel it. I should be fine until my normal pit strategy. Still pushing away from him, the fact that we're okay. A bit concerned on how well the hard tyres are going to perform because I've not used them on this circuit. Pit window should be coming up soon. Okay,
We're
let's go in
approaching
the
the
pit.
pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Our gap behind is 7.1 seconds.
That's not enough, so we'll lose places when we pit. The pit is going to be around about 12 seconds. So we're not going to come out the pit in pole position. Get late on the brake in there. Well, I think we pit this lap.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 7.4 seconds.
Okay, this is the in lap.
We're going to box this lap and push hard on the in lap.
Go for an 8-second gap.
Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 7.9 seconds.
Okay, here we go, in the pit.
Okay, let's go now. Come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that.
Okay, we're going to be safe on the exit. We've got to third.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
I know Norris has still got a pit. I don't know about Perez. Problem with these hard tyres is they take a lot longer to warm up. This our lap is going to be a very slow lap.
Lando's in the pits. Lando in the pits.
So Perez in the pit as well, so they will go back into first place. We just need now to maintain racing pace and finish the race to take pole position.
Okay, push, push. Gap to the car behind. 2.7 seconds.
Okay, only 2 seconds. Okay. I'm hoping Norris can get a bit further up the grid. Currently in 5th. If Hamilton needs to pit, then that'll put him into 4th, which would be ideal. Looks like Russell and Hamilton are battling it out for 3rd place. looking as if they took each other out.
Gap to your teammate behind is 12.1 seconds. with turbochargers on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum. Okay, some information on Gasly. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 13.3 seconds.
You've been quiet for so long and then you start waffling some gibberish. And we know about the turbocharge, we knew about that in this sprint.
Caution, caution.
Gasly's out of the race, we've seen pop up.
Okay, clear.
I didn't see his vehicle though. I'm not bend somewhere. But he's not the person that we want to end the race, really. Russell or Hamilton would be nice. I mean, they've been battling it out for third place quite a lot, but neither one of them have made a mistake to hit the other out. Norris is not far behind them either. So one mistake between one of them will put Norris into fourth. Not many laps left. About 4 laps, I think. We've done really well. They were started in 5th place.
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
5 laps of fuel, 4 laps to go. All good.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Come on, Norris. Take over one of them for Mercedes. Come on.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
Okay, final lap is Norris going to somehow overtake one of these Mercedes in the final lap. And just one turn left. As we go over the line. And our 6th win of the season. Need to go again, didn't Oh, there we go. 6 wins out of 18
fantastic
races.
drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
Drive of the day.
And under the desert night sky, they win the Qatar Grand Prix. And what a performance it was.
I don't know. Where did you finish?
Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Oh, it was a beautiful race.
Our winning drivers are on their way to the podium right now. It's been a fantastic race for McLaren, that's for sure. And no doubt, they'll be celebrating tonight.
Wait, what? Can you see that, right? You don't have 2 Mercedes on the podium. How did Ferrari get on the podium? Okay, something dodgy there because I had Oh no, they were battling for 3 and 4, weren't they? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was going to say, what the hell is going on here? I was thinking
Our championship leader is still sat at the top of the standings, but their rivals
Oh.
have made up some solid ground today. So let's review the updated driver standings. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Martin.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
What a solid weekend for McLaren and Russell. 8 points in the sprint, 26 points on the race. So 34 points overall. Very good weekend. Let me just calculate. So he got 14 as well. That's 48 overall for the team. Now, Carlos Sainz, 9, getting just the 2 points. Nothing in the sprint. So only 27 overall for them. So a massive change there. He only getting 2 points, we getting 34 on the weekend. Very good sessions. So things are going to start to look like they're going to change in the championship. Other than Mercedes 3 and 4, 38 points altogether over the weekend. So 4 points, no. So we gained them by 10 points. Close the gap by 10 points on the leaders. So let's have a quick look at the standings now. So we stay 5th place, but we close the gap on Verstappen and Leclerc. So only 37 points. Am I right? No, 33. 40. Yeah, I was right, 37. So, and again, there's only 3 points between them as well. So 40 points between Charles and Leclerc. So 2 more solid weekends, and we could push up to the top 3 in the driver standings. So that would be some achievement. And over to the construction. Norris has gone up and above Carlos Sainz. So he's gone from 9th to 8th, overtaking him this weekend. So a beautiful job by Lando Norris there. So over to the construction championship. And we are moving nowhere. We're staying 4th, 250 off Mercedes, but very close to overtaking Ferrari and making the top 3 in the construction championship as well. That'll be 17 points behind. So I think if we could put 2 more good weekends together, we could go 3rd in the drivers and 3rd in the constructors. So looking very, very good indeed. Just go to the race director, and it looked like it was a clean race throughout. It was only Pierre Gasly which did not finish, and that was due for a mechanical failure on lap 23. There's absolutely no incident whatsoever this weekend. So beautiful to go with that. Pit times here. My pit time was a 2.268. Was that the fastest? 2.268 by so Leclerc does the same. Anyone faster than a 2.268? Verstappen did the same. Sainz did the same. No, it's a little bit slower. So no one else did it faster, but about 4 or 5 all at the same time. So a very good pit stop, to say the least. So that concludes race weekend 18 of 23 here at Qatar, and a good weekend as we close the gap on the rivalry now. It's 13-15. What a rivalry. Perez was running away with that rivalry for quite some time, and this one race turned that around. So we are going to move on to race 19 over the weekend. And race 19 is going to be at the Texas Grand Prix in America, the US of A. So what we got here? So the marketing team would like to add a new product to our driver's merchandise store, exclusive for the next Grand Prix. They want to know what type of item we would like to add to our... Okay, so in Texas, I don't think it rains that much in Texas, so rain jacket no good. I'll go with a t-shirt. Could ignore it, but no, we're gonna go with a t-shirt.
I appreciate you taking the time to help out.
Just do the t-shirt. I just did, I didn't realize you were still here. My bad. Okay, so let's advance time and get everything all set up ready for the next time around.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process.
Okay.
We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
So that is all set, chap, for the next stream. Now, my stream is going to change. So let me just bring you guys in while I run it down with you. So, here we go. So my stream time and days are going to change a little bit going forth. So unfortunately, we're no longer going to be streaming on a Sunday. I'm hoping to spend a bit more time with family and friends on my Sundays. But we are increasing the stream to other days. So previously I was streaming Wednesday and Sunday. So that's going to change. We are going to be streaming Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday. So we're looking at 3 days up until the end of this season. Once this season's finished, we're still going to be streaming 3, maybe 4 days going forth on the 29th of this month, I believe, the 29th of September. And we will still be streaming Formula 1, and we'll also be streaming EAFC 24, so formerly known as FIFA. We will be streaming that as well. So we will still be doing Formula 1 and some FIFA as well. Going forth on September the 29th. Goodbye and have a good rest of the day. Well, thank you, display name, and you have a good day as well. And thank you for joining the stream. So that is it for today, ladies and gents. We will be back on Tuesday. Take care and happy gaming.